Good morning everyone. Basa tayo guys. Exodus 31, 32, and 33 and Matthew 22, 1 to verse 1 to 22. Exodus 31, Bezalel and Oholiab. Then the Lord said to Moses, See, I have chosen Bezalel, son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and I have filled him with the Spirit of God, with skill, ability, and knowledge in all kinds of crafts, to make artistic designs for work in gold, silver, and bronze, to cut and set stones, to work in wood, and to engage in all kinds of craftsmanship. Moreover, I have appointed Oholiab son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan. Dito si Bezalel sa Judah. Tapos dito naman si Oholiab son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan. To help him also I have given skill to all the craftsmen to make everything I have commanded you. The tent of meeting, the ark of the testimony with the atonement cover on it, and all the other furnishing of the tent, the table and its articles, the pure gold lampstand and all its accessories, the altar of incense, the altar of burnt offering, and all its utensils, the basin with its stand, and all the woven garments, both the sacred garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments for his sons when they serve as priests, and the anointing oil and fragrant incense for the holy place. They are to make them just as I commanded you. So yung dalawa ang gagawa, si Bezalel tsaka si Oholiab. The Sabbath. Then the Lord said to Moses, Say to the Israelites, you must observe my Sabbaths. This will be a sign between me and you for the generations to come, so you may know that I am the Lord who makes you holy. Observe the Sabbath, because it is holy to you. Anyone who desecrates it must be put to death. Allah. Whoever does any work on the day must be cut off from his people. Allah, Father God. Yung ngayon generation namin parang, lalo na ngayon may COVID-19, mas gusto pa naming mag-work kaysa mag-day off. For 6 days work is to be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord. Whoever does any work on the Sabbath day must be put to death. Halaka. Ano ba yan, oy? The Israelites are to observe the Sabbath, celebrating it for the generations to come as a lasting covenant. It will be a sign between me and the Israelites forever, for in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, and on the 7th day he abstained from work and rested. When the Lord finished speaking to Moses on Mount Sinai, he gave him the 2 tablets of the testimony, the tablets of stone inscribed by the finger of God. Nasaan na kaya ngayon tong 2 tablets na to, guys? Buhay pa kaya to? Sa Mount Sinai daw to eh. Nung nasa Mount Sinai si Moses. Breaking the law, the golden calf. Chapter 32 na tayo, guys. When the people saw that Moses was so long in coming down from the mountain, 40 days and 40 nights yan only. 40 days and 40 nights. Yung buhok ko, ginupitan ko. Kaya umiksi yan. Ulit-ulit sa chapter 32. When the people saw that Moses was so long in coming down from the mountain, they gathered around Aaron and said, Come, make us gods, who will go before us. As for this fellow Moses, who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him. Aaron answered them, Take of the gold earrings that your wives, your sons, and your daughters are wearing, and bring them to me." So all the people took off the earrings and brought them to Aaron. He took what they handed him and made it him an idol cast in the shape of a calf, fashioning it with a tool. Then they said, "These are your gods, O Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt." Wala, ba't mo ginawa, Aaron? Gumawa siya ng panibagong ano. When Aaron saw this, he built an altar in front of the calf and announced, "Tomorrow there will be a festival to the Lord." So the next day the people rose early and sacrificed burnt offerings and presented fellowship offerings. Afterward, they sat down to eat and drink and got up indulged in revelry. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go down, because your people whom you brought up out of Egypt have become corrupt. They have been quick to turn away from what I commanded them, and have made themselves as an idol, cast in the shape of a calf." Eh kasi ginawa ni Aaron eh. They have bowed down to it and sacrificed to it and have said, "These are your gods, O Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt." Si Aaron ang nag-ano kasi niyan, nagsabi, "I have seen these people," the Lord said to Moses, "and they are a stiff-necked people. Now leave me alone so that my anger may burn against them and that I may destroy them." "Then I will make you into a great nation." But Moses sought the favor of the Lord his God. "O Lord," he said, "why should your anger burn against your people whom you brought out of Egypt with great power and mighty hand? Why should the Egyptians say it was with evil intent that he brought them out to kill them in the mountains and to wipe them off the face of the earth? Turn from your fiery anger, relent, and do not bring disaster on your people." Oo nga, Father God. People mo yan eh. "Remember your servant Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, to whom you swore by your own self. I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, and I will give your descendants all this land I promised them, and I will be their inheritance forever." Tama, sinabi niya dati. Then the Lord relented and did not bring on his people the disaster he had threatened. Ayun, buti na lang umaangal si Moses. Moses turned and went down the mountain with the 2 tablets of the testimony in his hand. They were inscribed on both sides, front and back. The tablets were the work of God. The writing was the writing of God engraved on the tablets. When Joshua heard the noise of the people shouting, he said to Moses, "There is the sound of war in the camp." Moses replied, "It is not the sound of victory, it is not the sound of defeat, it is the sound of singing that I hear." When Moses approached the camp and saw the calf, and the dancing, his anger burned, and he threw the tablets out of his hand, breaking them to pieces at the foot of the mountain. Hala, ano ba yan? E di, nawala rin yung nabaliwala rin yung tablets. Yung binabasa natin, guys, yung story ba? Yung 40 nights and 40 days niyang, yung 40 days and 40 nights niyang pinaghirapan sa mountain. Wala, na-break lang siya. Nabasag lang. And he took the calf they had made and burned it in the fire. Then he ground it to powder, scattered it on the water, and made the Israelites drink it. Ano ba yan? He said to Aaron, "What did these people do to you? What you led them into such great sin?" "Do not be angry, my lord," Aaron answered. "You know how prone these people are to evil. They said to me, 'Make us gods who will go before us.' As for his fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him." So I told them, Teka muna guys ha. So sabi na sa'yo, hindi nag-iisa si Moses sa si Joshua ang kasama niya doon sa Mount Sinai. Kasi sabi ni Joshua, there is the sound of, when Joshua heard the noise of the people shouting, he said to Moses, there is the sound of war in the camp. Binalikan ko yung verse 17 guys. Kasi nga diba hindi naman nag-iisa si Moses sa mountain. Kasama niya si Joshua, yung kanyang assistant. Sayang talaga yung tablet guys. Nabasag lang siya. Yun ang reaction ko. Sayang. Yung 40 days and 40 nights ni Moses sa Mount Sinai. Pinaghirapan yun eh. Nandoon yung sign ni naka-inscribe doon yung finger of God. By the finger of God. Yung sa verse 31, verse 18 guys. Ako ang nanghihinayang. Ba't kasi tinapon mo? Ay, ba't kasi binagsak mo? Yan sa 22 na guys, basahin mo. 32, verse 22. Do not be angry, my Lord. Aaron answered, you know how prone these people are to evil. They said to me, make us gods who will go before us. As for this fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him. So I told them, hindi pa kasi uso nung araw guys yung cellphone. So hindi pa sila makakapag-communicate. Kailangan pa talagang bumaba akit ni Moses doon sa mountain. Pero napaka-easy lang kay Father God sabihin sana doon sa mga Israelites, no? Ba't hindi pa niya sinaway that time? Na gumagawa pa lang, hindi yung nagawa na, tsaka sasabihan. It's so, parang very too late na. Kasi nakagawa na eh. Yan lang, reaction lang po yan. Ang daming bakit, no? Bakit ginawa, ganun. Wala eh. Pag nakikarried away ka doon sa kwento ng Bible, wala makakapag-reaction ko talaga. Dapat kasi nung ginagawa pa lang yung calf, pinutol na niya kasi nakikita naman ni Father God yun eh. So I told them, whoever has any gold jewelry, take it off. Then they gave me the gold and I threw it into the fire and out came this calf. Bali tinapon lang pala niya talaga sa apoy yun. Moses saw that the people were running with and that Aaron had let them get out of control and so become a laughing stock to their enemies. So he stood at the entrance to the camp and said, whoever is for the Lord, come to me. And all the Levites rallied to him. Then he said to them, this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Each man strap a sword on his side, to his side. Go back and forth to the camp from one end to the other. It's killing his brother and friend and neighbor. Hala? Nakalagay sa 27 guys. Sa 26 muna. So he stood at the entrance to the camp and said, whoever is for the Lord, come to me. And all the Levites rallied to him. Then he said to them, this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Each man is strapped a sword to his side. Go back and forth through the camp, from one end to the other, each killing his brother and friend and neighbor. Hala. The Levites did as Moses commanded, and that day about 3,000 of the people died. Ano ba yan? Then Moses said, you have been set apart to the Lord today, for you were against your own sons and brothers. and He has blessed you this day. Aroy ko. Nagpapatayan na sila guys. Sila. Magkakapatid, magkapit bahay. Ano ba yan? Ay, gulo-gulo naman pala. The next day, Moses said to the people, You have committed great sin. The next day, Moses said to the people, You have committed a great sin. But now I will go up to the Lord. Perhaps I can make atonement for your sin. So Moses went back to the Lord and said, Oh, what a great sin these people have committed. They have made themselves gods of gold. But now please forgive their sin. But if not, then blot me out of the book you have written. Excuse me. The Lord replied to Moses, Whoever has sinned against me, I will blot out of my book. Now go, lead the people to the place I spoke of. Nakalagay guys, whoever has sinned against me, I will blot out of my book. Now go lead the people to the place I spoke of, and my angel will go before you. However, when the time comes for me to punish, I will punish them for their sin. And the Lord struck the people with a plague because of what they did with the calf Aaron had made. Nagkaroon ng plague guys. Then the Lord said to Moses, Leave this place, you and the people you brought up out of Egypt, and go up to the land I promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, saying, I will give it to your descendants. I will send an angel before you and drive out of the Canaanites, Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. Go up to the land flowing with milk and honey, but I will not go with you, because you are a stiff-necked people, and I might destroy you on the way. Hala. Pati si Father God ayaw na rin kay Moses, oh. When the people heard these distressing words, they began to mourn, and no one put on any ornaments. For the Lord had said to Moses, Tell the Israelites, you are stiff-necked people. If I were to go with you even for a moment, I might destroy you. Now take off your ornaments, and I will decide what to do with you. So the Israelites stripped off their ornaments at Mount Horeb. So wala na sila sa ano. The 10th meeting. Now Moses, sa verse 7 ng 33 guys. Now Moses used to take a tent and pitch it outside the camp some distance away, calling it the tent of meeting. Anyone inquiring of the Lord would go to the tent of meeting outside the camp. And whenever Moses went out to the tent, all the people rose and stood at the entrances to their tents, watching Moses until he entered the tent. As Moses went into the tent, the pillar of cloud would come down and stay at the entrance, while the Lord spoke with Moses. Kaya nga, paano magagawa yung yung tabernacle kung ganitong lipat-lipat sila parati, tsaka naka-tent lang sila. Ang ganda-ganda pa naman ng tabernacle na ipapagawa. Anyone inquire? Okay. Nandito na tayo sa verse 9 guys. As Moses went into the tent, the pillar of cloud would come down and stay at the entrance, while the Lord spoke with Moses. Whenever the people saw the pillar of cloud standing at the entrance to the tent, they all stood and worshipped it at the entrance to his tent. The Lord would speak to Moses face to face as a man speaks with his friend. Ang galing na, si Moses lang talaga nakakita kay Father God. Then Moses would return to the camp, but his young aide Joshua, son of Nun, did not leave the tent. Moses and the glory of the Lord. Moses said to the Lord, You have been telling me, lead these people, but you have not let me know whom you will send with me. You have said, I know you by name, and you have found favor with me. If you are pleased with me, teach me your ways, so I may know you and continue to find favor with you. Remember that this nation is your people. The Lord replied, my presence will go with you, and I will give you your rest. Then Moses said to him, if your presence does not go with us, do not send us up from here. How will anyone know that you are pleased with me and with your people unless you go with us? What else will distinguish me and your people from all the other people on the face of the earth? And the Lord said to Moses, I will do the very thing you have asked, because I am pleased with you, and I know you by name, and I know you by name. Then Moses said, now show me your glory. And the Lord said, I will cause all my goodness to pass in front of you, and I will proclaim my name, the Lord, in your presence. I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. But he said, you cannot see my face, for no one may see me and live. Basahin niyo ulit yung verse 20, guys. But he said, you cannot see my face, for no one may see me and live. Eh, di ba na face to face na nga sila ni Moses? Then the Lord said, there is a place near me where you may stand on a rock. When my glory passes by, I will put you on a cleft in the rock and cover you with my hand until I have passed by. Then I will remove my hand and you will see my back, but my face must not be seen. Ganon. Then the Lord said sa verse 21, guys. Then the Lord said, there is a place near me where you may stand on a rock. When my glory passes by, I will put you in a cliff in the rock and cover you within my hand until I have passed by. Di, ang laki ng hand ni Father God. Then I will remove my hand and you will see my back, but my face must not be seen. So, hindi pala nakikita yung mukha. Sa chapter 34 bukas, guys, nakalagay din yung stone tablets. Siguro panibago na naman to. Bukas na natin yan basahin. At kasi di ba nabasag yung tablets na ako nang hihinayang, pinaghirapan ng 40 nights, 40 days. Mababasag lang ang ganun-ganun. Sayang kasi. Pero nagpapakahirap ka doon sa bundok ng Sinai, tapos diba? Okay, chapter 22 verse 1 to 22. Nasa New Testament na tayo, guys, ha? Nasaan yung so hanggang dito lang siya. Jesus tells the parable of the wedding feast. Jesus spoke to them again in parable, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a king who prepared a wedding banquet for his son. He sent his servants to those who had been invited to the banquet to tell them to come, but they refused to come. Then he sent some more servants and said, tell those who have been invited that I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and fattened cattle have been butchered, and everything is ready. Come to the wedding banquet. But they paid no attention and went off. Yung mga hindi, inibita na pero hindi dumalo. But they paid no attention and went off. One to his field, another to his business. The rest his servants mistreated them and killed them. The king was enraged. He sent his army and destroyed those murderers and burned their city. Hala, gumanti yung king. Then he said to his servants, "The wedding banquet is ready, but those I invited didn't deserve to come. Go to the street corners and invite to the banquet anyone you find." So the servants went out into the streets and gathered all the people they could find, both good and bad, and the wedding hall was filled with guests. But when the king came in to see the guests, he noticed a man who was not wearing wedding clothes. "Friend," he asked, "how did you get in here without wedding clothes?" The man was speechless. Then the king told the attendants, "Tie him hand and foot, and throw him outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are invited, but few are chosen." Religious leaders questioned Jesus about paying of taxes. Then the Pharisees went out and laid plans to trap him in his words. They sent their disciples to him along with the Herodians. "Teacher," they said, "we know you are a man of integrity and demand you teach the way of God in accordance with the truth. You aren't swayed by men because you pay no attention to who they are. Tell us then, what is your opinion? Is it right to pay taxes to Caesar or not?" But Jesus, di ba nag-pay na nga si Jesus for yung 4 coins mula dun sa isda na kinuha ni Peter. But Jesus, knowing their evil intent, said, "You hypocrites, why are you trying to trap me? Show me the coin used to pay the tax, for paying the tax." They brought him a denarius, and he asked them, "Whose portrait is this, and whose inscription?" "Caesar's," they replied. Then he said to them, "Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's." When they heard this, they are amazed, so they left him and went away. Okay guys, tapos na. Bye everyone. God bless.